long ago, there was a man. So begins the tale of Ise, a text that floats somewhere between poetry and dream, between memory and myth. And though the man is never named, we sense him moving through scenes of longing, passion, and quiet farewell. His presence is elusive. His voice, often heard only in a single verse, lingers longer than his face. Today, I invite you to pause with me in the stillness of this ancient text, not to explain it, but to feel its quiet resonance and to remember why it still matters. The Tale of Ise is one of the oldest and most beloved works of Japanese literature. Written in the 9th century, it is made up of 125 short episodes, each blending prose with waka poetry. Some scholars call it a poetic diary, others the first Japanese novella. But perhaps it is best to think of it as a series of lyrical fragments. Scenes of love, exile, travel, and parting, tied together not by plot but by feeling. The man who appears in these episodes is never fully introduced, but tradition has long identified him with Ariwara no Narihira, a courtier and a poet of great beauty and scandal. Yet, the tale of Ise is not his biography. It is not about facts. It is about impression, the lingering scent of a season, the echo of an unanswered poem. Each section begins with a few lines of prose setting a scene or moment in time. Then a poem, often just one, opens the heart of that moment. A man sees irises in bloom and remembers a woman he will never meet again. A breeze at dusk stirs the memory of a silent goodbye. These are not grand events. They are emotional landscapes shaped by what is felt more than what is said. In that way, Ise reflects two central values of the Heian Code: miyabi, elegance, refinement, and mono no aware, a deep awareness of impermanence. These values are not rules, they are moods, and the Tale of Ise is one of the earliest works to embody them completely. The writer, Tatsuo Hori, once reflected on the tale of Ise and wrote, "All good literature must contain something like a requiem, something that brings stillness to the soul, like an underground current flowing quietly beneath its words." He was responding to a passage in which a woman dies, perhaps from unspoken love, and the man who caused her sorrow sings not in regret but in quiet mourning. Beneath the refinement of Ise, Hori felt the gravity of loss, not dramatic but dignified, not loud, but lasting. This, he said, is the true ground of poetry, to offer rest to something restless, to soothe the unseen, to sing not for oneself, but for the one who is no longer here. In this series, I will be reading the tale of Ise in full, episode by episode, poem by poem, not as literature to be explained, but as a space to return to, a place where stillness waits beneath the words. Alongside this, I'll also reading Junichiro Tanizaki's Captain Shigemoto's Mother, a story written in 1,000 years later, and yet, in its quiet longing, it echoes the same gentle ache. So, why read the tale of Ise now? Because in a time of noise, it offers silence. In a time of answers, it asks only to be listened to, not only for the soul of another, but for one's own stillness. In the next episode, we begin with the very first line. Long ago, there was a man. Thank you for joining me.